Well, good. Hello and welcome. So this is something that we're going to be doing every other week, hopefully. My name is Ben Richards from Aura Architecture and Interiors. This is Gabby, one of our architects. And today we are going to be looking at some interior design trends that we are finding flowing through our studio at the moment. So we get a lot of clients that want our interior design service after we've designed their home extension, their loft conversion, their new build property. We offer an interior design service, so we get a lot of samples, we get a lot of suppliers come to us with new technologies and new materials that are sort of flowing through the market. And this, every other Tuesday, will be a time where we spend 15-20 minutes looking at some of those products. Gabby and I are going to have a look at today a couple of paint, some sustainable paints, some charred timber external cladding, some flooring, some timber flooring, and some carpet and sort of stair runners that some of our clients are loving at the moment. So if you're over on Instagram, we are also live across Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. If you're on Instagram, I would implore you to move over to YouTube and subscribe, click the notification bell so that you're made aware of when we're going live next. And also, I think we can do a lot more funky stuff with kind of the video technology and showing you close-ups and stuff like that, which we can't do on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, but go over to YouTube and you can get a much better view of what we're trying to look at here. So welcome. Gabby, what are we looking at first?
Right, so we've got some paint samples here. Graftonstone is a company we've been specifying recently. And their paints are basically super sustainable and have amazing health benefits.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to tell us about that? I mean, obviously, this is the color palette that they offer. Can they match?
They can do a lot more colors than this. This is just their sort of most common color, or sort of general spread of colors. But we've got a big swatch upstairs with 1,000 colors, and they can color match as well. So if you have colors from other companies,
good stuff,
they can match them.
So tell us the health benefits and the kind of USPs of Graftonstone.
So basically, typically paints are the ones super polluting and just really unhealthy to have in your home. Obviously you're breathing in that sort of air, in the rooms that are painted. And Graftonstone has, basically a super breathable paint. It's got really low VOCs.
Yeah. So I think when paints were originally introduced, there's a lot of lead-based paint, which obviously wasn't good. They're still not as good as they could be from a sustainability perspective. They've got a lot of VOCs in them, which is volatile kind of carbons, which are obviously bad for the environment, bad for your health.
Essentially, this paint essentially purifies the air rather than harming it, so it kind of balances out all those bad chemicals that other paints do.
As it sets, it basically removes carbon dioxide from the air. Is that the kind
removes carbon? Yeah, it does.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got sort of lots of paints have this sort of microbeads and plastics in them, so it's got none of that. When you're sort of spraying paint or sort of painting, all of that is actually coming off into the air. This sort of protects the earth from that sort of thing.
Nice. And we work on a lot of conservation type projects. We've got a lot of Grade 2 listed buildings on our books at the moment, some fantastic projects up in Hertfordshire, to think of a few. These paints are fantastic for those types of buildings.
Yeah,
they're
line-based. Recommended, for heritage properties, mainly because they're very breathable paints, so they allow the building underneath to sort of breathe rather than sort of blocking it off. So good for protecting against mold and anything like that.
Nice, that's good. I mean, we've had issues in recent times actually whereby we've had to strip off 10-15 mil of render on the inside face of a wall and replace it with a lime render that is a lot thinner to allow that kind of breathing process to happen. So paints like this are massive plus for graded buildings and conservation type architecture and interiors where it allows that building to breathe. So Graftonstone. Is there anything else that
that's kind of Graftonstone. But like I said, it's just a small selection of their colours. We've got a big sample swatch upstairs. Yeah, thousands of colours to choose from.
Nice.
So yeah, we've really been recommending this paint a lot to our clients recently, cool. And people have been enjoying using it.
Good stuff. Maybe when we get all the tech up and running, we can maybe show some of the projects that we've used this, and maybe show around some video clips on site, how it goes on. Actually, one thing that I think we spoke about before, in terms of the cost, this is actually quite comparable to Little Green, Barrel and Ball, those types of paints.
Basically, it's a bit more than, say, Dulux, as you'd expect, but they sort of say that you need a little bit less in terms of coverage. So even if the price looks a little bit higher, it balances out and actually gets you a little bit lower than, say, Little Green or Barrel and Ball, the typical paint companies.
Nice. So do your bit for the environment and your health. Cool. Second on the list, we've got these kind of beautiful charred timber claddings. Do you want to talk a bit about these?
Yes, this is one we love. I've loved this for a while. It's basically charred timber. Hopefully I can pronounce it right, but Shusi Barn.
You've done a better job than I would have done on
that. But essentially, it's a Japanese method where they char the timber. So you get this beautiful black color. These ones here have got a few different textures that you can sort of different finishes you can get, which I think are really cool. Sort of almost snakeskin looking textures.
Maybe you can see the difference in there. Yeah, so you got like a brushed one on the right and the sort of charred snakeskin looking one on the left.
Yeah, but basically the charring protects the wood from rain, wind, fire, and just creates like an inhabitable space for anything to grow, say mold, bugs, or insects or pests to sort of live in or grow on the wood. So it can last a really long time.
Nice.
With examples of lasting about 50 years.
50 years. Okay, so 50. I mean, that's a long time when it comes to cladding, and that essentially it doesn't need any maintenance. You wouldn't be painting this every other year like you might do with some other claddings. So we like that. From what I can see on this note, there's the timber's sustainably sourced as well. I think you mentioned about the fire. So it basically says, in order for the cladding to reignite, it requires much higher temperatures and longer contact with flame than it would have done previously. So, very, very fire resistant, very pest resistant, and low maintenance. So all things that our homeowners want and like from their cladding. Cool. So let's move on to a couple of other pieces that we've got here. So we've got some engineered wood, and where are these from?
Yeah, these are from HS Wood Flooring, who are based down in Battersea. I know we talked through some engineered woods last week, but these just two that we really loved in the last couple of weeks. Just a beautiful creamy colour, and we've just confirmed that we're going to be using them in one of our projects in Islington.
Very nice. Hopefully I can show you. See a little bit of that. So this is a white oak, like a misted oiled oak. I actually really like this colour. The
colour's really nice. Yeah, it's hard to find that sort of perfect balance.
Not too dissimilar to our table.
Yeah.
And then this is sort of basically designed for parquet.
Yes, we're doing parquet on the ground floor. But installing parquet is a little bit more labour intensive, so we basically just matched the colour and finish for a straight plank on the upper floors.
Good. And these, just in terms of cost, it looks like these are around about the £70 per square metre mark.
Yeah, around that mark. It depends on things like subflooring. Obviously got our VAT on that, but as a ballpark figure, HS Wood Flooring would do a quote for each project. About that per metre square for budgeting purposes.
Nice, good. And I mean, one thing that's key that I think a lot of people kind of miss out on, especially if we're involved in the tender process, then we'll probably do this for you. But there's a big difference in terms of installation costs between a straight plank and a parquet floor. So just make sure that when you're costing, that you're letting the contractors know that you want parquet. because the labour that goes into that is more intensive. It's going to cost you more, and what we don't want any of our clients to have is a contractor coming back and saying, haven't quoted for this is it. You're left with an extra couple of £1,000 that you didn't expect, and that's no good for anyone. So yeah, make sure that having the style and the type and the manufacturer of flooring specified, but also the type and style and arrangement of flooring as well. So just top tip for you. Cool. And then tell us about these.
Just to finish off, some fun carpet runners we've been looking at, very funky. So these 2 samples we ordered in for a project that's very colourful, playful design, lots of colours, lots of patterns, and we've got a beautiful white wooden stair. So we're just wanting to spruce it up with a bold carpet runner.
Nice.
So these are from Roger Oates. And just some really fun colours there. They're a wool carpet. They can also come in a rug. We're not proposing to carpet the whole room in it, but this is a really fun way to brighten up a hallway and stairwell. And the clients are very excited. Not quite installed yet, but a couple of months.
Very nice. And have we used Roger Oates before?
This is our first time using Roger Oates. Yeah, he had a really great range of carpet runners. Some fun designs to choose from compared to some of the other suppliers we usually go to.
Nice. And are they supply and install?
Optional, but in this case, they're going to be doing the install for us as well.
Perfect. Amazing. Cool. Okay. I think that's going to be it for this week. Every week or every other week we're going to be doing this. So if you've got some interior design ideas or some suppliers or some materials that you're not quite sure on, do ask in the comments below in terms of whether we use those suppliers and whether we've got any contacts, or actually whether we can get you discounts with the trade supplies and trade discounts that we get with various people. So we want to bring you as much value as we can, giving you an insight into some of the trends that we're seeing out in the interior design space, some of the interesting suppliers, materials, and products that our clients are wanting in their homes. So do tune in every other week. Click subscribe and follow us, and ring the notification bell on YouTube to get notified of when we'll be going live again. It will be on a Tuesday, and hope to see you again next time. Oh, we actually do have some questions. Oh. No. Okay, someone looking for a job. I mean, that's great. Send your CV through to info@aurahomes.co.uk. I think, Dan, if you click onto that, it will bring it up on the screen. There you go, it's funny, isn't it? Cool. Perfect. Well, thanks for tuning in. We will respond to that off the broadcast and hopefully see you in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks, Gabby.
Thank you.
Cheers. I'll click it again, I think.